Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, President Granger cites AMCAR as an agro-processing model to be copied. Government signals its commitment to children. And Rockstone Fish Festival attracts scores of Guyanese. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. And now for the details. President David Granger met a delegation from the Guyana Teachers Union today at State House to discuss the way forward with regard to negotiations between the government and the union. The two sides agreed to the establishment of a high-level task force comprising, on one hand, representatives from the Ministries of Education, Finance, Communities, Public Service and Presidency, and on the other hand, representatives from the union. The task force will be constituted by Wednesday, November 1, 2017. The body will take account of the findings of the Commission of Inquiry into the education sector in Guyana and other matters relating to the well-being of teachers and students. In the meantime, teachers will enjoy an interim salary increase ranging from 6 to 8%, retroactive to January 1, 2017. With agriculture being one of Guyana's most important economic activities, President David Granger is urging communities and investors to adopt agro-processing models and build a solid partnership between companies, communities and citizens. More from Seneca Thorne.
Speaking at AMCAR's 30th anniversary event at Drumhill Landing, Region 1, the head of state emphasized the need to push agro-processing as a means to empower hinterland communities, enrich citizens, and ensure food security. President Granger described the AMCAR's model as an appropriate vehicle for the country to move its production up the value chain, since it emphasizes agro-processing, particularly of non-traditional products.
This company has begotten a model which has transformed a previously overlooked commodity into a competitive industrial product. It has transformed a remote area of Guyana into a significant center for agro-processing.
AMCAR, a French-owned company, has established a name for itself in the international market for its bottled organic hearts of palm. The Drumhill factory currently produces about 500 to 600 bottles of hearts of palm per day. Seneca Thorne for InfoHub.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon has reiterated that President David Granger did not act unilaterally or unconstitutionally with his selection of retired Justice James Patterson to head the country's Elections Commission. Zanil Williams tells us more.
Minister of State Joseph Harmon, in his address to Ansgrove residents and surrounding communities, explained the Constitution's provision of a framework within which President David Granger has acted. This, he noted, does not seem to be enough for the opposition and opposition-aligned organizations.
In addition to that, he has gone beyond what any former president has done to describe the characteristics or what he understands to be meant by fit and proper.
Further, the Minister of State added that the opposition People's Progressive Party orchestrated the situation, which it now decries, by hounding Dr. C.F. Surge-Valley out of office.
They're saying that, oh, Granger acted unilaterally. He acted undemocratically. Now, how could you say that? I have said to you, this is what the Constitution requires. I have described the characteristics of fit and proper. I have taken into consideration a judgment of the High Court given by the Chief Justice, and I have listed all of these things, and I am saying now I'm acting in accordance with all of that, and in accordance to what I believe is right for the people of this country. And therefore, Mr. Granger said, Brigadier Granger said, I will not put on hold any longer the business of this country just because one person don't like it. Mr. Jagdeo has to understand he is not the president of Guyana.
On October 17th, retired Justice James Patterson was sworn in as chairman of the Guyana Elections Commission by President David Granger following consideration and rejection of 3 lists of nominees submitted by the opposition leader Barrett Jagdeo. The opposition has since then declared a policy of non-cooperation with government. Zanil Williams reporting for InfoHub.
The government has signaled its commitment to ensuring the well-being of children, especially orphans and the less fortunate. Details from Paul McAdam.
Minister of Social Protection Amna Ali at the Fund Day for Orphans and Vulnerable Children at the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana's headquarters on Wolford Avenue reiterated the administration's commitment to children.
I am happy when organizations such as this one can do and participate in these activities. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to deviate and detract from the precedent set. Gravity is the order of the day. And so, once again, congratulations to CIOG, and I want to pledge continued support from the government, from my ministry to CIOG to ensure that we move from strength to strength.
United States Ambassador Perry Holloway also committed to working with the CIOG and similar organizations across the nation's regions.
Guyana is an incredibly young country. Over half the population is 25 or younger. So anything we can do to help the youth of Guyana today is actually helping the future of Guyana. It is very, very important that we continue to work with young people. The U.S. Embassy, primarily through our humanitarian assistance program, our HAP, but also through other sections and agencies, and many entities back in the United States, is committed to continue to work with SIOG and other entities like SIOG throughout all 10 regions of Guyana. So you can definitely count on that.
The Orphans and Vulnerable Children Sponsorship Program is open to all regardless of religion or ethnicity. It costs approximately $2 million Guyana dollars every month to maintain the program, which caters for more than 400 beneficiaries. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
Minister of Public Health Valda Lawrence broke ground for the long-awaited Food and Drug Laboratory complex at the University of Guyana. More from Renetta LaFleur.
With this new laboratory, the Government Analyst and Food and Drug Department will be able to fulfill its mandate through accreditation of inspection, analysis, and testing of local and imported products. Public Health Minister Valda Lawrence described the facility's establishment as necessary and timely, since dependency on external labs will be reduced.
Further, we recognize that with this new complex, our dependence on external laboratories to conduct analysis on Guyana's behalf, which have restricted our access to some international markets, will lessen, and we will be in a better position to monitor, regulate, and meet the international standards required to penetrate these markets.
Discussions on the establishment of the lab began in 2014. Vice Chancellor and Principal UG Professor Ivelaw Griffith said that in building relations, his vision of having a research park is well underway.
Raising the bar on relationship with the health sciences, raising the bar on relationships with the social sciences. Because as you know, the FDA's work is not only testing in food, it has testing in food in regard to policy. How might the whole university community and the society at large benefit?
According to the Director of Food and Drug Department, Marlon Cole, with the U.S. Food Safety Modernization Act implementation and the European markets requirements, the laboratory will ensure local competitiveness on par with international markets. Some $117 million has been budgeted for this project, and construction will begin January 2018. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
The regularization of lands in North Mary will commence once they are handed over to the Central Housing and Planning Authority. Paul McAdam explains.
Minister within the Ministry of Communities, Valerie Adams-Patterson-Yeroth, stated that the lands on which the North Mary residents currently live belong to the Guyana Lands and Surveys Commission and the Ministry of Public Infrastructure. During a meeting with the residents on Saturday, she disclosed that the lands have to be transferred to the CHNPA before regularization begins.
So, we have to go check the lands out, ensure that it's suitable for housing, and then we would have to have the plans drawn up and so on, along with Lands and Survey Authority, and then we can get moving. So it's not that we can give you a house lot tomorrow morning. Let me just make that clear. It is a process, but every journey starts with one step.
Residents were warned against erecting new structures.
do not engage in further squatting. It makes it very difficult for us when we have to regularize you. Because sometimes when the maps are being done up and we check where we're supposed to have reserves and where we're supposed to have a road, people live in there. We're saying be vigilant and don't allow new squatters to come on board. Why I say don't allow new squatting? Because we are going to develop lands and allocate to you in the official way or the legal way.
The CHMPA will be conducting a numbering exercise in the area beginning November 6 to ascertain the exact figure of the number of houses within the community. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
The InfoHub's team was in Rockstone over the weekend to capture the action of the 12th annual Fish Festival, which featured fish catching, deboning, and cooking competitions, among other activities. Stacey Carmichael tells us more.
We are here at the annual Rockstone Fish Festival, where it's all about fun, family, and relaxation. Teams from all across Guyana are participating in the main attraction, sport fishing. Sunday's activity got off to an excellent start with the Purai family all the way from Enterprise on the east coast of Demerara, making the first catch of a hefty piranha, or as it is known in Guyana, Purai fish. We spoke with Near Paul Purai, who was thrilled with his family's accomplishment at the festival. He said chicken head was used as the bait.
It's the first time on this Rockstone fish competition. We came in since yesterday, and we heard about the fishing. So myself and my family and a friend, we came in, and I was kind of surprised to know the first fish for all this sacrifice we made from yesterday, that we came in, and it's the first fish I caught.
Several booths made of bamboo cut right from in the village were set up as early as Saturday, some selling art and craft, stuffed animals and more. However, it was the food stalls that attracted the most attention, with hot off the stove meals of fish and chips, cook-up, curry and more. Some even made excellent sales on beverages, but then there were others like this man, Anil Shudin, from Grove on the east bank of Demerara, who fired up the grill to ensure his family got a tasty meal.
I make sure I bring all the family on this occasion here.
And how do you find it so far?
Pleasant, nice to see. You got a lot of activities going on presently. So I could just tell whosoever there's nice activities, whoever want to bring their family to this event on the next occasion. They come and enjoy the fun that does always be here and every year.
We also caught up with Region 10 Councillor Devin Sears, who said plans are on stream to make the annual festival one to be revered not only locally but regionally and internationally.
We want to not just focus on Rockstone Fish Festival, which is an annual event, but every month you can look forward to some activity happening here, because there's limited economic income when it comes to Rockstone. Persons focus on lumber and gold and so on, but ecotourism is an opportunity to develop this community and so on.
Persons also received prizes for their participation in the various activities. For DPI's InfoHub, I'm Stacey Carmichael reporting from Rockstone.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge Company on Saturday last successfully completed its scheduled maintenance work to the bridge's retractor span. Let's hear more from Zanil Williams.
General Manager Rockstone Adams says the works, which started on Wednesday last, were aimed at replacing pontoon number 9, one of the retractor spans, as part of scheduled maintenance.
Tomorrow we will continue reconnecting, and hopefully we will be able to do some preliminary testing of the hydraulic system.
In spite of the successful completion of Saturday's maintenance, the General Manager says the failure of one of 4 12-ton winches is likely to pose difficulties for river traffic.
We don't want to be speculating as to what the extent of the problem is until we've loosed down the gearbox and determine what the problems are, and hopefully the components are there to replace it.
Adams explained by the end of Monday, October 30, an update of the situation will be provided.
Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be meeting the shipping agents and informing them either way where we are at tomorrow morning.
The almost 40-year-old Demerara Harbour Bridge is a critical link between communities on the western bank of the Demerara River and Georgetown. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.